Hi everyone, it's Zane again. Welcome in if you're new, welcome back if you stopped in before. Thank you for clicking on this video and happy Friday or whatever day it is when you happen upon this video. Today I have another speed build for you guys and it is another Victorian that I built in Strangerville. I've been doing that a lot lately, but I do love Victorian houses. Anyone who's been here before knows that. But this one is actually, I did a green Victorian this time. The house that was originally on this lot, I think it's for like 3 roommates, 3 friends. I'm not really sure. I've never actually played with them before, but it is a green one and it's massive. It takes up like the entire lot, so we've condensed this one down, made it a little more reasonable in size. There is some finicky parts with the roof there around the tower, but I mean, that's just how the roofs work in this game. That's just kind of how it is. But if you like this build, if you like my other builds, please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, or subscribe, or hit that notification bell. But this one is 3 bedrooms, although the 1 bedroom is a little on the small side. It's not the biggest. I end up making it for just a little toddler's room. Didn't actually build this for the Sims that originally live on this lot. I moved them out. They got evicted, but you know, they'll get over it. They don't know. They're somewhere in the bucket of Sims. I've moved out of houses over the weeks and months and years that I've had this game. I spent quite a bit of time messing around with the outside. I know I ended up cutting down parts of it, just so you didn't have to sit here and watch me move walls back and forth and move towers and roof pieces back and forth and shrink them and make them bigger over and over and over. So it gets a little tedious sometimes with just the way Victorian houses are and how they end up in the Sims and just all the little finicky pieces sometimes that you have to mess with. Um, we should be moving on to the inside here in a second. I'm pretty sure I cut out the actual painting on the outside because I went with white first and then I think I did like purple and then yellow and was just a little bit annoyed because I forgot that the thin horizontal siding doesn't have like a green swatch, at least on this particular one. It's got the one where it's got the fake columns that only show up on some corners, but not all of them. I tried like this light green, but I ended up going with a darker one. I just liked the way it looked better. It was a little more, not that dark green, not that one. That one. There we go. That's the one. There is one corner where it didn't give the fake column on it. It's on the back side, which is just a little frustrating. I don't know why it does that. If it's just something I'm not aware of, some reason it does it. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe the wall's not far enough out for the game to consider it a corner for that particular swatch to add a fake column. I don't know. At one point I tried to put in like an actual column there, but it didn't look right. I was trying to limit the packs I used, and unfortunately the one that would have been best for that would be Get Together, and I didn't use that pack for this one. I'm pretty sure it's just Parenthood and then Strangerville, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's just those 2 packs and then base game, obviously. Can't do anything without the base game. But yeah, we're finishing up here on the outside. I messed around with this front little porch, and I don't think you can actually access it. I didn't put anything out there just because it's so small on this one. But it looks nice. It's a nice little feature to actually see from the front of the house, but it definitely is probably not going to be accessible, and it's inside because the balcony on the outside is up on a platform so that the fence, the little railing, can actually be above the roof that's below it, and you can actually see it, and it looks nice. The inside is actually going to be on a platform, and you'll probably have to add the stairs back in if you download this, because I know I built this in 2 sessions, and when I came back, the stairs were gone, and then when I came back in to do screenshots the next time, the stairs were still there, but they did that weird glitch that platforms do where it like raises it up an extra level, which doesn't really make any sense, but maybe they'll fix that soon. I'm hoping they will, because it's definitely weird and definitely annoying. I know I was building another house earlier today before I started editing this video. That's like a Spanish villa style house, and it was doing the same thing in there because I was using a lot of different platforms on the ground floor for like the entrance and the living room, and then down into the kitchen, and then down one more into the dining room. And I wanted to do just like a little row of stairs in between with there's one staircase that's like this really nice tile that goes really well with uh the theme and the look I was going for, and it just glitched like crazy. Every time I would click on something else, the stairs would just up and down and disappear. It was just really, really obnoxious. So I hope they fix that soon. I tried, as you can see, to put, I don't know what those little pointy bits are, the little roof pointy bits. I tried to put those on the tower, but they just, I don't know. They're a cool idea. I just can never get them to actually work right. And I put some of those fake dormers on too, just to give the back of the house in that little spot a little space. But we're moving on to the inside finally, and I went with this Parenthood set, and I went with that light blue because I've never used it before, but I really, really like the color. And I did do a little platform here in the main floor for the kitchen and dining area. The rest of the downstairs is going to be on the base level, the main platform level. I'm not sure how to term that, but only that one, and it goes down one, so there is a little bit of wall at the bottom that's like stone, because you can't put half walls on that when you go platforms down, and you can't just put like a basic wallpaper on there, which is a little annoying, but at least there's a nice little stone foundation color. Yeah, I put that one there. And then the living room is on this side, and there is a door that goes out to what will be a back porch, and then a little seating area and a little garden out back. I used quite a bit of debug on the outside to try to match the landscape nearby. And a little bit of clutter in the living room. It's nothing too fancy. Just some flowers. I think I put like a shoe rack in, and a couple little flowers, and like a little watering can. I forget. It's from Seasons. I don't remember exactly what it's called. And then I did use that new table by Hey Harry. I love that they added like custom content from actual CC creators. I just use it everywhere, like that little table. And I know in the build I did today, I used like the wardrobe and like that really like light lilac lavender kind of color, which just went really well with the bedroom that I was doing earlier today, which is for a teenager or maybe like a young college age student. I don't know. She likes purple a lot. Purple and yellow are her thing. But we're moving upstairs now. This is the master bedroom. It's not the biggest room, but Victorian houses are old, so they tend to be a little cramped, a little awkward, have things and shelves and walls and weird places. I went with like a green theme in here. And the wardrobe ends up getting moved a little bit because I forgot there's a little balcony out on this side that's supposed to be off the master, and I totally didn't put a door in. I don't know if you'll actually see the door go in or not, but I take that painting off the wall because that's where the door ends up going. But that does end up there, so the wardrobe gets moved a little bit, but it's a pretty simple bedroom, just some light colors, a little bit of green, nothing crazy. And this is the toddler's room. Originally I was going to do it for two, and I was like, no, let's just, they won't have twins. They don't need twins in this cramped little house. They'll just have the one toddler, and then in the bedroom across the hall is an older kid, probably like a preteen, who actually has a little platformed area in the tower on the front of the house originally. And what you'll see in this video is actually going to have it with a ladder, because I wanted to put it up higher and put, just like a little ladder in there, make it a little more interesting, a little cooler for the kid to have this little ladder in his room where he goes up into a tower. But he would not go up the tower no matter what I did. I lowered it, I raised it, I made sure there was no ceiling or floor overhead, no lights that were hanging in the way, no objects up there. I tried all sorts of things, and he just refused to go up there. And I even tried rearranging like the bedroom part of his bed. The doesn't make sense what you just said, Zane. But the lower part of his bedroom. There we go. That makes a little more sense. But it just there was just no way to get him to actually go up it, so I ended up lowering it down until it's just 2 stairs that he has to walk up, and he liked that. So it ends up being stairs instead of a ladder, which is a little frustrating, a little annoying, but at least it works, and he's got his cool little space where he can do arts and crafts. Figure he's an artsy little kid. I end up putting I think it's from Seasons or maybe Parenthood. I forget which pack it's from, but it's like a little like painted wooden plank that's got like little clothespins with kid drawings on it, and I don't remember what pack it's from, but I put a couple different swatches of that up in his little tower space to so he can display his art if he's, painting it instead of using like markers or colored pencils or something like that, then he can hang his little paintings up to dry. Nothing too crazy. Um, but it's just a nice little space. I do end up switching out the wallpaper. I wanted something that matched the guitar decal that's on the wall behind that little dresser. And I think I used, no, it's like a blue, yeah, that one. Don't use that one too much, but it fit well with the color scheme that I ended up going with in his bedroom. And I put some toys up there. I want to say the toy box got removed from up there when I was fiddling around and trying to actually get it so that he would go up into the space and make it usable. So I think I end up moving that and putting like a little lamp up there with his little arts and crafts table. And I'm pretty sure there's a rug or something I put up there just to make the space look a little more. Oh, and a violin. I did put a little kid's violin up there. So if you have a sim in this bedroom, you get a little kid, you can definitely make use of that space with little arts and crafts things. But we're jumping to the outside now. I did skip a lot of this because I spent a long time scrolling through all kinds of debug to find those little lavender bushes that are similar to the ones that you get in like the regular build buy, but they're a slightly different shade of like purple, and I really wanted to be able to match the terrain around the actual house, and I did branch out a little bit on my landscaping. I went with like a desert theme to try to match everything and see what I could make of it. So I used a lot of different cacti and rocks, and I ended up raising the little spots where I've got landscaping at the front of the house. I raise them up just a little bit, give them a little more height, and make them look a little more interesting than just basic bushes or how it looks right now, where it just looks really flat and kinda eh. But once it was raised up, it definitely gave it a little more depth and made it a little more interesting to look at. But after this, I think there's just the porch left, and then maybe a little bit of the backyard. I might have skipped the backyard. I'll make sure I put some pictures in for that for the screenshots that are coming up here in a minute. But for the front, it's just all these little cacti, various little deserty kind of plants, a little sparse, but still nice and colorful, as colorful as you can be with desert landscaping. But most of it's just messing around with placing them and making sure things aren't overlapping and making sure all the heights are a little different just to give it a little more interest. But that should be the build, and I will have screenshots up here in a minute so you can see the final result. The build is up on the gallery. My ID on there is zavocado, just as it is on here, and that is ZAVOCADO. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or leave a comment if there's something else you want me to build, if you have any suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.